My name is Mike Caponeri, and I'm an External Affairs Officer with FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and we are here to support state and local government when there are disasters, hurricanes, floods, whatever it might be, and there's just extra resources that are needed from the state and local governments. We're here to provide that support. So for the individuals that were affected by Hurricane Helene living here in Hillsborough County, there are several ways in which they can register for assistance with FEMA. One would be to go to disasterassistance.gov. That's just disasterassistance.gov. Another would be to call 800-621-3362. That's 800-621-3362. And another would be to go to a disaster recovery center, which actually just opened up here in Hillsborough County. In addition to that, we are going to be coordinating with Hillsborough County Emergency Management and find areas for our disaster survivor assistance teams to go. Now, those are teams of disaster assistance specialists from FEMA. They will have their badges on, so you can ask for those. And those teams will be going to some of the hardest hit neighborhoods, and they can register folks for assistance right there. We have iPads with data and can take them through that process. Report any emerging needs maybe that the county emergency management would want to be aware of. So those are the ways in which folks can register for assistance with FEMA. It takes about 20 minutes or so, 15 to 20 minutes. Some helpful items to have would be know your social security number, your banking information. So if you are eligible for assistance and you'd like, we could do a direct deposit, just electronically transfer the funds. So kind of know the routing number and the checking account number and your insurance information as well. So first and foremost, if folks sustain damages, pursue your insurance. Whether that's homeowners insurance or flood insurance, move forward with that. And once you move forward with your insurance, and they're not concurrent, it's not like it's a timing issue where the sequencing matters, but we just encourage people to pursue insurance first. And then after that, you can register for assistance with FEMA if you were affected. And we're looking at covering the uninsured losses. So maybe that gap between what your insurance company won't pay for, maybe there's underinsurance. We want to be able to help with that. And, it could be items like from the household perspective, basic repairs, just trying to get the home back to a safe condition. And we really want to help folks jumpstart their recovery. It might be rental expense. So let's say that they've had to stay somewhere else and there's a rental expense that they've incurred. We can help with reimbursement for that. We also have something called displacement assistance. And what that means essentially is if you're staying with a friend, a family member, understanding that there's a cost associated with that extra person or persons that are staying there, we can help maybe with some of the expenses that are incurred there. So those are a number of the different things that we can do. And really, we work on a case-by-case basis with individuals. Since all of the impacts are going to be unique, no one household is going to have the exact same impacts as another household. So we really work with households on a case-by-case basis to see what might make the most sense for them. The Individual Assistance Program through FEMA can provide help with a number of different items. It can provide help with rental expenses if you've been displaced and you've incurred costs due to that lodging. We can also help with immediate needs, like let's say there was durable medical equipment that was damaged, maybe infant formula, things like those items that are needed in the immediate. And again, we just encourage those that were affected to apply, and then we'll work with them on a case-by-case basis to go over their unique circumstance and what might make the most sense for them in terms of different assistance that we can provide. At this point, we don't want anyone to be concerned about a deadline. Go ahead and submit your insurance and then apply for assistance if you were affected with FEMA at either that 800 number, 800-621-3362, or online at disasterassistance.gov. It should take about 15-20 minutes to apply, and there are some helpful items that you can have ahead of time. You're going to want to know your social security number, your insurance carrier, and the policy number will be helpful. Also, we ask for either a checking account number, or if folks are eligible for assistance, they could get a check in the mail. But we just ask if they want electronic funds transfer or direct deposit to have that information available. So all of that will help with the application process. But it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. And then what will occur next is In the coming days, you'll get contacted by a FEMA inspector, and that will come via text. It could come via phone call. And I know this day and age, oftentimes if I don't know the number on my phone, I'm not answering it because with all the spam that we get. Well, this is going to be an instance in where you're going to want to probably answer that phone call if it's a number you don't know. No, they'll leave a voicemail and certainly find a way to get connected. And sometimes they'll text as well. So the inspector will then find a date and a time that works, and then inspect the residence, the household, to see what the damages are. And then the next step would be, based upon those impacts, the insurance covers that's in place, a determination is made about, how much someone might be eligible for and what are the types of things that we can help with. After someone registers for assistance with FEMA, they should be contacted within 3 to 4 days by that inspector. The inspector will then arrange a time and a date to come out and inspect the home. And I should note, the inspector will have a badge, and the DSA, the Disaster Survivor Assistance Teams, that will be going into start with some of the most impacted neighborhoods, again, in coordination with the County Emergency Management. They will also have a badge as well. Unfortunately, sometimes in these situations in disaster recovery, we see really the lowest of the low and some of these scam artists that try and take advantage. So you can always ask to see that FEMA badge. Whenever there is a FEMA disaster survivor assistance specialist out in the community, or even a FEMA inspector, that inspector would go visit the home of someone after they've registered for assistance. They'll get a call or a text message from the inspector to come and view the home and look at the damages. They're always going to have a FEMA badge. Unfortunately, in these types of situations, we really see like the lowest of the low that try and take advantage of folks, older age folks as well, who maybe, can be easily sometimes like duped. And we just want to ensure that we're that you're talking to someone from FEMA. So they will always have a badge. No one from FEMA will ever ask for money. Sometimes we hear rumors about, FEMA is going to do an inspection and you just have to pay X amount of dollars. No, we will never ask for any money for any type of work or any type of activity. We know it's been a tough stretch for Florida over the past couple of weeks. That's why we're here. We'll be here for as long as it takes. And for those that were affected by Debby and affected by Helene, it's important to know that you also need to register for assistance as a result of Hurricane Helene. So if you were affected by Debby and you registered for assistance with us and you think, yeah, I'm good. No, because there are two distinct storms and the damages might be different, everyone that was affected by Helene would need to register for that hurricane as well. Another great resource for the residents here in Hillsborough County is HCFL.gov/StaySafe. You're going to find a lot of resources. I know they include our resources as well, so information on registration and just other resources that are going to be applicable to the folks and the residents of Hillsborough County. A great resource, and really recommend folks checking that out.